Well, here we are again, Gooners in Vancouver, post-match reaction video on Canon Fodder TV. Arsenal won, Leicester won, and I'm joined, some of you will remember, from a lot of our previous videos when we used to be down at the pub. I've got Mike with me.
How you doing, all?
So, lineup was nothing too different, was it? I didn't expect anything much different in the lineup. I mean, Nicola Pepe,
Yeah.
he's just had a kid.
Newborn kid at home. He's probably not sleeping much, so.
So there was nothing really different about the lineup. No, nothing there. But let's get into this game. And I'm not happy. I'm really not happy, because had we been doing this video at the end of the first half, at the end of the first half, what was I like at the end of the first half? I said that this was probably one of the, at the end of the first half, I was saying so far this is one of the best games of football that I've seen since football has come back under Mikel Arteta. I said about a week ago that if we can keep up being tidy and keeping clean sheets and getting the results, that the pretty football would come. And in the first half, I saw pretty football.
Oh yeah, it was just like you can see the upward trajectory under Arteta.
Yeah.
Looking at the first half.
Hector Bellerin stood out for me in that first half. And I've always said as well, you know, if Hector Bellerin knows that he's not the automatic first name on the sheet for right back, then you're going to get more out of him. You're going to get, hello, we've got a little friend here visiting us. You're going to get a lot more out of him. And I thought in the first half, I mean, he almost scored. He had a couple of chances which almost led to assist. I thought he was really good in that first half.
Oh yeah, he put in some nice crosses actually.
Yeah. And then the goal in the first half, again, another assist by Saka.
Yeah, from CEBALLOS, right?
Yeah, CEBALLOS to Saka. Saka's out on the right-hand side, which I know a lot of our fans weren't happy about. But it seems that no matter where you put this guy, you get a performance out of him.
Yep.
And he comes in with the assist. In comes Aubameyang, great goal. But you know what I noticed? What's happening with LACAZETTE? Because there was a few times when I looked at the way that we were attacking with the ball, and you'd have Saka and Aubameyang would be the furthest forward, like one crossing, the other one coming in to meet it, and LACAZETTE would be really withdrawn. As I've been saying, it's almost like he's playing in a false 8 at times. Yeah. That's such a thing.
Well,
but
my comment was just like the sort of lack of any kind of spirit. Like when there was a corner kick and he was in the box and he was being draped on by the Leicester defender, he didn't show any fight or anger and push him off or try to get away. He just kind of was like.
But I will say one thing though, Mike. There were a couple of moves in that first half and he had a couple of shots, and had it not been for the keeper,
oh yeah,
some really great moves.
And then header.
Yeah.
Across from
Yeah. So we went in at half time at 1-0, and we should have been what?
3 at least.
At least 3-0 up.
Credit to Schmeichel. He definitely kept them in the game.
He's got his dad's genes though, hasn't he? Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So, second half, different story. Second half, I don't know what had happened, but did you not notice though, Leicester was were getting really niggly, weren't they? There was a lot of niggly play from Leicester. A little bit like we did in the Wolves game in the second half, to stop us from our free flow, because in the first half we were flowing, the second half not so much. Little niggles, little half fouls here and there just to keep us out of our rhythm. And then we made some substitutions, and Vardy. No, what happened first? Was it? Yes, it was the Eddie thing first, wasn't it?
Oh, so we think about this.
Yeah,
because I'm still setting the table here for.
I'm still angry, right? Because Eddie Nketiah comes on, and it's almost like 2.5 minutes later, red card, and you know what? I saw a lot of people on Twitter saying that, you know, he didn't go in, and VAR and referees have an agenda against us. I'm sorry, but that was a red card all day.
That was all Eddie.
And I have to say that I feel really let down by Eddie today. That all of that good work has been undone. And if I was one of his teammates, I would be really cross with him in the changing rooms after having worked that hard, and he's cost us 2 points. Some of you may say that maybe I'm a little bit harsh. Mike thinks I'm a little bit harsh.
I don't think you're harsh. Is your comment that you were comparing him to a Luiz or Mustafi for getting red cards? Like, well, why aren't people going to get mad at him like they do at Luiz and Mustafi? And my point only is that a Luiz and Mustafi are habitual and serial offenders at that, and old enough and experienced enough to know better. Eddie is young. He made a mistake. I'm let down, pissed off. but there's no way I put it in the same books of reacting the same way I would to a Luiz red card, because that guy knows better, should know better at his age, and has done it more times, especially when you look at the stats for Arsenal, more times than he did in his entire Chelsea career. So that's why you can't be as mad at Eddie as you would be at Luiz. Luiz, if you're not mad at Luiz, you're fucking brain dead. With Eddie, you can be sympathetic, which is maybe too soft, but I don't think you can be like blazing mad at him like you would at Luiz. That's all I was saying. I'm not thinking you're hard on him. I just think you can't make the comparison to Luiz.
I was just of the opinion, though, you know, it seemed like when I was looking at on Twitter, he was getting a lot of protection, and I just kind of thought, had it been a Mustafi or Luiz, or maybe even Xhaka or Socrates that had made that kind of a mistake, and it has cost us 2 points in my view. People would be raging at them, but I'm seeing, because it's Eddie, he's getting a bit of a pass.
I'm not passing him or protecting him. I'm just saying you can't make the same comparison to those players. I mean, it was a terrible move, a terrible decision from an exuberant young player that will hopefully learn and not do it again.
Hopefully, yeah, if he learns.
Not become a serial, offender of boneheaded, stupid moves. If that's part of his game, where he's going to be costing us games every 6 games like Luiz, then he's not for us. He's not our future. But.
So there we are now. We're down to 10 men. I don't think Eddie even touched the ball in a short space of time that he came on. And then it was up against us because we go down to 10 men, and we were trying to hold out. We were working hard to try and stay compact, but if you're the other side, you've got that opportunity now. You've got a second wind, because you know that you can get something out of the game. And sure enough, who pops up and gets the equaliser? Jamie Vardy. I mean, who else is going to do it? And there it is. It's a 1-1. 1-1. We walk out of the game with 1 point instead of 3. And now we look ahead to the Tottenham game. I don't know. Would Eddie miss it straight away? Will the ban come in immediately, or will he play the next game and then it is? Sometimes there's a.
I think it's a non-issue, anyways. Because Pepe will probably be in line to start, because he's been on the bench for 2 games. So Eddie wouldn't have necessarily been a starter. He might have been on the bench, but I'm not too worried about that as being a huge hit for us against Tottenham, because I think we will have Pepe back. Lacazette and Aubameyang will be there. You've got other people like Willock who can do a little bit of a forward role. So I think we're fine. I don't think that's going to cost us.
So how do you feel now that we are going into the derby game with Tottenham? How are you feeling about that? You still feeling confident, or what?
I wanted to ride the momentum of a win against Leicester.
Sure.
So that's definitely a little bit of a hit. It sort of depends on how. Was it not till Thursday that Tottenham plays against Bournemouth?
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe Tottenham will have a horror show on Thursday, and they'll have a hit to their ego and confidence too. But if they smack Bournemouth around, they're going to be riding a high, and we're going to be sort of limping into it. So that does play a factor. This should have been a game that we could have built on, and now it's going to be a rebuild instead of a building on.
Yeah. Well, look, I'm going to keep it to that for this one. We'll be back after the Tottenham game, and we're going to be actually first time since lockdown going to be watching it in a pub environment. So hopefully we'll get the more opinions of some more Gooners in Vancouver. So until then, if you're first time coming by Cannon Fodder, subscribe, hit the bell so that you always know when a video is going to come up. And we will see you after the Tottenham game. See you later.